G'day guys, how's it going? Today I'm going to be showing you how to fix the Xman Vault Square-1. Let's get into it. Right, so for those of you who don't know, this cube actually has a loosening issue. So with Square-1s, there's a screw in there and then the bolt on the other side. Now this Square-1 is actually known that when you turn the slice layer, sometimes the screw actually grips and the screw actually turns with it, but the nut doesn't move, which actually loosens the cube because the screw turns but the nut doesn't. Now, this annoyed me a lot for so long until I finally found a fix for it, and I will be showing you how to fix that. And I will also be showing you a bonus thing about this cube later in the video, not in another video, because that would be annoying. So, to start, Square-1s usually have this thing in it which actually holds the nut in, and then so it's just so the nut doesn't like move around. And whoops. Let's see if I can get this one open. And I dropped that one again. Hang on a second. I can't find it. I got it. I'm always dropping things. Right. So, as you can kind of see in this Square-1, there's this black thing that actually holds the nut in place, and then the screw comes through there. Now, for the Xman Vault Square-1, it has the same thing, this one, except it's a bit bigger. But for this fix to actually work, you actually have to take this out. Now, that kind of looks a bit different in there when it's taken out, obviously. I don't know why the heck I said that, that was pretty stupid. Anyway, so you have to take that out, and then I actually took the nut out of this one and put it in this one and just screwed it in right to the bottom until it touched the bottom. And the reason I did that was actually because the screw in this cube is like the slightest little bit, it's not noticeable, but it's the slightest little bit smaller than the screw in this cube. So that means the nut, the thread in the nut is actually smaller. So when I actually threaded this screw into the nut from this cube, it meant that the nut was actually screwed onto the screw better, which means that it's clamping onto the screw tighter, which means that it can't loosen unless I want to loosen it. I kind of probably overcomplicated that. I overcomplicated that a lot. Wow. But yeah, long story short, to fix the loosening issue in the Xman Vault Square-1, you just have to take this out, and you might actually be able to use the original nut from this cube as well, but I haven't tried that. I'm not sure if that works. So I actually got the nut out of this Square-1, and took this out of the Xman Vault, and just put the nut from this one straight into there, and it fixed it. It doesn't loosen anymore. It's like perfect. No issues with loosening. So hopefully, if you have this cube and you have the same issue as me, hopefully if you try this, then it'll fix it as well. But yeah, that's about all for that. And I did mention earlier that there would be a bonus thing about this cube, so I will get straight into that. Now I forgot what the bonus was. I remember. So I have heard that, well, and experienced for myself, because obviously I have this cube, it's right here with me, that there's no room to properly magnetize the slice layer on this cube, and except for like in the core, and I'll actually show you that now. This will take a while to unscrew this screw, so bear with me. There we go, the screw is undone, and I'm not actually going to take the pieces out because it would be such a pain to put them all back in, and I don't really want to get my hands dirty right now. But in this like core bit here, I don't know if you can see it on camera, but there you can kind of see the shadow of the two magnets in there. There's magnets, I've glued magnets in here, and on the other side of the core here. I don't know how well you can see that. You might not be able to see it on my camera. I think I was holding it too low actually. Oh my gosh. But yeah, there's two shadows there where the magnets are, and basically they, you know, magnetize together when you pull them close. Now, those magnets are very internal, like they're very close to the inside, so you can't really feel them at all. Until, sorry, I'm just trying to get this nut out. It's stuck. Just a minute. There we go, so I managed to get the nut out, and I just screwed it all back together because it was really frustrating me. But as I was saying, so the only room in this cube to magnetize this slice layer is on the internal pieces, on the inside of the core, and because they're so far in the cube, you can barely feel them, and they don't really do much. So I've actually found another place where you can put magnets in the slice layer, but you need to make sure you have really, really small magnets. So what I've done is, where these little plugs are, where you clip the caps on, if you look, I don't know if you can see it on camera, but if you look down there, there's actually heaps of room inside here, and it goes all the way, this tube like goes all the way down to here, like right to the end of the piece. Same with on this side. So if you have small enough magnets, you can actually put magnets down there and down there as well, and then because they go all the way to the inside, they'll actually connect there and magnetize together. So, and it's still pretty light, but it's definitely more noticeable than magnets only in the core. So if you have small enough magnets, or can find small enough magnets, I definitely recommend doing this. But if you do this, I recommend not gluing those magnets down there, because it would be very hard to get super glue down there, and if you get it too high, then you might accidentally super glue the caps on. So what I did actually is I got some toothpicks. You've probably seen these falling out of my cube this whole video, but I got some toothpicks and I just broke them into small pieces and put them in those little tubes. So when I put the cap on, it just fills in that little gap so the magnets can't like come back to the top, and then like they're not actually here, and so they don't work. So I just put the toothpicks in to fill in that gap so the magnets don't move. So yeah, that's about all, I think. Sorry if I over-explained it, if it was too confusing. I do it a lot, I talk a lot. But I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you learnt something. Thanks for watching.